the banana panel.
I'll find your banana. You have a panel to do.
What?
I know what happened. I left it on the table and then went to get the lappy, and no, it's not my banana. It's Dave's banana. Somebody cleaned it up. Yeah, that's my banana. There's my banana.
How do you know it's your banana?
Because it's fucking tiny. It's on Lathan's dick right now.
Yes, that is your
Yeah.
I'm just watching
Yeah.
it like slowly slide down.
Thank you for getting up at this 9 a.m. panel.
I know.
That's what it feels like.
80% of people we know would guilt for not being here.
No, absolutely.
shit is banana.
It is bananas. Here to talk about Money's Bananas.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
So, yeah, I guess we're X-Strike Studios again.
What a return.
Oh, how did this happen again? The last panel we did like 3 or 4 years ago was, quote, the last X-Strike panel ever.
The last.
We lied.
Somebody told a lie. Well, but then,
me. I'm not-
yeah,
no.
I guess just
No.
we
No, fuck it.
Good morning.
yeah. Good morning. Hi.
That is Tim Akabos of X-Strike
This is what
Studios.
Thank you.
From the
should do
new
some-
X-Strike Studios.
I'm Tim
That is
Egos of
Derek
X.
DeMarco of
Yeah,
X-Strike
thank God somebody's
Studios.
doing some introduction.
Thank you.
This is Matthew Mahoney of
No,
X-Strike
no, no,
Studios.
no, 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 no. It's just Mahoney.
It's just this is
just
Mahoney.
Mahoney. It's Mahoney.
Not have a first name.
No. No.
He's had it removed surgically.
Cut off.
Yeah.
I'm Tits McGinty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a really
Yeah.
good question. Is how, not about his name, but how did we get
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, so like,
Yes.
what you can expect out of this amazing hour we have ahead of you is about 5 minutes of new content. We'll get to that. It's gonna be great, and a lot of like how this happened and where we're going and what we're doing. It feels like X-Strike Studios is the ark that crashed into the mountain and then lay dormant for millions of years, and now we're trying to get Teletran 1 back online. I wish Robert was here to appreciate that. But yeah, well, okay. So here's what happened. So last MAGFest, 1 year ago, MAGFest, 1 year ago, specifically Pappy's party at last MAGFest. Pappy,
Over there, that guy.
his party last MAGFest.
Yep.
This guy,
having a party, man?
I get encroached upon by a one Mahoney, no first name,
No first name.
who had probably been drinking. And it was just like, dude, Tim, listen to me. We gotta make stuff. You gotta make stuff with me. Like, I don't know, I can make stuff, but you, in your brain, you have ideas to make stuff.
That is probably literally how it went.
You got a
It
microphone.
doesn't work, does it?
Check.
Oh, it does. It's a miracle. That's probably how it literally went down.
No, I'm not like exaggerating. He's just, and it was definitely a lot of like, I know things are tough. Like, I know everyone's got kids now, but we can make it work. We can get together. We can make it work. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, like old creaky gears started turning, and I'm just like, well, maybe, I guess, if we, I was like, I guess we could do a thing, maybe we do a thing where we get together every couple months. So, okay. Darren lives in New York City.
It's true.
I live in Buffalo, New York, which, in case you don't know your New York geography, is very far from New York City. It's about as far as you can get from New York City while also being in New York. Mahoney lives in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
It's a drive. Yeah.
It's, 3 hours from Darren driving. It's like 6 hours from me, I guess, in Buffalo.
Yeah, about there.
And Dave lives in Rochester.
2 hours from Buffalo. None of us are geographically.
You're like an hour and
nowhere
change
close.
away from me.
Welcome to
Yeah.
your Google Maps panel.
Yeah. Dave lives kind of close to me, but relatively speaking, but
Yeah. We're spread out.
beyond that, we're all spread out. So it's just, and this is one of the things, like, over the years, fans.
Wow. That was
I'm really tired.
I've ever heard.
I'm really tired. I'm not used to staying up till
love our
3
fans.
o'clock in the
We're
morning.
not
I do love our fans. No. So on the Facebook, and I post things every now and then, and people will be like, "You guys should get together." I know, you guys should get together. You should do stuff, and I explain to people like, it's not just that. It's like people, like we all used to live in Western New York. For the most part.
Yeah, not
Moni was in Pennsylvania, but that's
Always,
fine.
yeah.
But he was like the straggler. But for a long time, we all lived in Buffalo and Western New York. Us three up here, and like Rich and Weiss, and Ben and Steve, and some of those people still do.
Because Weiss is now in Texas.
Weiss
That
is now
just
in
adds more
Texas.
into it.
Which is about as far as you can get. All in the same country.
Yeah, well, being on the same planet, it's about as far as you can get from Buffalo, New York. Rich moved to New Zealand. It's a long way away.
Yeah.
But that's how far you have to go to make sure you have health care when you have a child. That's part of the reason why they went to New Zealand. Rich is in New Zealand. And this is one of the last projects we were working on for X-Strike back at the time was trying to do Eternal Horror. Remember that? The sequel to Resident Horror in the shape of what was going to be a video anthology series. And one of the things in filming that was like, okay, we got to film all of Rich's, the Edward Lindsay stuff before he moves to the other side of the planet. Then all that footage got just lost. Well, the hard drive died, Weiss?
Half the footage.
Half the footage.
One of the skits out of a 9-part web series.
Yeah, but it was everything that we had done. Well, pretty much everything we had done so far.
Couldn't be completed without.
Yeah, and it's just it wasn't just that we lost the edit. We lost the footage, too, because yeah, we had the new camera. It's fuzzy, but I think it was a hard drive died, and we'd already cleared off the P2 card, and it was just gone. It was just
That was demoralizing.
It's incredibly demoralizing to lose footage in that fashion, because then it's we have to reshoot it, and when you reshoot it, all that enthusiasm of the first time is gone. It's just oh my, just back to square one after spending, a day or whatever shooting. So that sucked. What was my point?
We are sad, tired old men now. The spark is...
Yeah, but everyone, that's where we were. That's where we were. Yes, that's what it was. Everybody dispersed. So, people, be like, oh, you guys should get together, do a reunion, figure it out, da-da-da-da. I'm like, well, that is a big ask to, get schedules to line up and this and this and this. But, Mahoney, just okay, let's figure it out. Had some drinks, and we all want to do stuff, really. Well, we've all, since it was very shortly after we closed X-Strike that I had my kid, and then you had your kid, and Dave, you had another kid.
Yeah.
I already had mine too.
Too many. Yeah, Mahoney's had his for a while. And that, so it's not special anymore.
Do you want to feel old? Who wants to feel old?
Oh God, don't say it.
Ava turns 9 next week. 9. Yeah, some of you guys remember when I didn't show up for MAGFest because she was fucking born.
I'm seeing too the links on your desktop for Roblox, and I'm like,
Roblox.
hey, you let Luke play with this huge machine, but also
I let
maybe
Ava
that's
play
just
with this
yours.
one.
Okay.
Ava plays this one, Luke plays with a different one. And they play fucking Roblox on a 4K display with a 1080 fucking mobile card in it.
Kids don't know all of them.
Yeah, it's got a Core i7. Let's play Roblox.
So it's okay, the things we need to overcome here are okay, we have distance. We rehearsed this. We got distance. We have work, jobs.
Yeah.
No, those are the same thing. We have children.
Yeah.
3 of the 5 stones.
Significant others or former significant others to deal with, to make it all work around. And then we gotta think of stuff to make. Are you on 5? All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Got it. So we gotta make all this happen. Okay, well, let's figure it out. Let's start thinking. Let's start doing stuff. And also at that same MAGFest, well, not at the same MAGFest, but a few days after, Darren emailed me about a different project entirely that we're not going to talk about yet. Secrets. And he was like, hey, I want to do this. And I was like, well, this is funny because Mahoney wants to do this and Darren wants to do this. And I was like, Mahoney, do you want to do this thing with Darren? And I was like, Darren, you want to do this thing with Mahoney?
Yeah.
And we were like, yes, please, can we do something? Because after you've been, I don't know, it's just not being creative for a long time. You want to do stuff. There was like a void there. Someone else talk for a minute.
Sure. Yeah, I think that was the kickstart for me. I wasn't even involved in their drunk conversation, but
Well, it was a one half drunk conversation because Tim doesn't drink.
He was
That's
drunk for
right.
both of us.
Tim is sober. Yeah. So, but I definitely had that void of not making any creative stuff. Brett and I had tried to start things up, and they just kept winding down in New York due to other factors as well. But then I think the way I thought about it too is when we used to make those movies, we just did our guerrilla filming. We were all either in classes we could skip or, jobs that we could not show up to, and we just go film it, and then somebody, quote unquote Chad, would stay up all night editing them, or Weiss or whoever was working on it, and we'd just crank it out and get them done. And it was saying, well, we can't replicate that now. We're not going to make full-length movies and sell them on DVD in today's market.
Yeah.
But I always had conversations over the years of, okay, well, if media was consumed back then the way it is now, maybe we would have released things differently. Maybe this content, maybe we could have got it out there more.
We started in 2003.
Right.
For those who don't know.
And then even like those, Fallout shorts that Steve did, like that's really consumable. But
They're extremely consumable.
we never had the outreach.
Destructible.
Say they're good.
And they're good.
Doesn't matter if they're good if you can consume them.
Right.
But they are good.
So figuring out, what can we do now that maybe it's not full-length features, but at the same time, can we crank stuff out like that's relevant? Can we jump on a hot topic and have video out in a week? Probably not.
Well, it's like
I'm managing
Yeah.
expectations right now.
Again, it's like when you live close together, that takes a lot of the prep time out of getting a shoot together. When it's like, for the first year of X-Strike, we shot River City Rumble, Ninja Storytime, Silent Horror, and Nth Mile. You think of everything that we put out during X-Strike, and like those 4 things were shot in the first year, and then Project Snake was the year after that. So that's 4 of the 5 feature films that we released, all filmed within 2 years, and then it just took the next 7 to get them all finished.
Like what the shit?
Well, yeah, but it's like that was when we were the most jobless and in the closest proximity.
Seriously, unemployment is great for getting crud done because you're just like, well, what else do I have to do? I can either lick my nose or I can work on my stomach.
Right, and no, that's a very good point because then after I moved to New York City and became unemployed, the first thing I did was start doing claymation, and I made an episode of The Crossing, and then Parks and Rec had that episode, and my wife just said, "Hey,
Get all this crap out of our fridge.
oh no." But luckily we don't have that problem anymore. But now it's the problem of how do you fill the creative void? Now, how do we make up for all the potential camera problems and
Oh, you got
things we
that,
run
yeah.
into? But people make content. They shoot them on their iPhones now. It's like we never worried too much about quality, right? Well, picture quality, right? We never got our 4K red eye.
We did shoot 5 feature-length movies on, not HD.
Right. It was more about the content itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The content. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what. There's
Yeah.
more ways to accomplish what we want. If the tape ran out or the camera fell or whatever,
Why would that happen? Who would drop a camera?
Back then we just had to go home. Like now, there are ways. So I think what I'm trying to get at is it reinvigorated the hope that we can still create stuff and have that outlet work for us. But just, it still has to be like that guerrilla crew mentality. We have to get out there and get something done and get it up online.
So, yeah, we get talking, and we came up with some ideas as to what to shoot, and we ended up getting together in early March last year in Harrisburg. We converged on Harrisburg for a day of filming.
Somehow.
And in tradition, so when we shot Project Snake, I remember somebody asking me, "Oh, how'd you get all those locations and all industrial locations?" I was like, "Well, we broke in the school and we shot, and then we ran away." So Mahoney took us to where he works at the University of Pennsylvania, and we went into the school on the weekend and we shot in a medical facility.
It was the College of Medicine, and the doctors were working that weekend too. I kicked Danielle out of her office. Bless her.
So we kept some traditions going.
So yeah, so it's like we get there and it's like, okay, well we're gonna meet there at 11, and then it's like you're driving from New York City that morning, 3 hours from New York City. Darren and Brett were coming out, the talent. We're coming out, and it's like, well and it's just like, we're not gonna be there till like noon. And Mahoney on his other end, who has his kids that weekend, is like, I'm not gonna be there till like noon. So we all get there, and we get in the building at like noon, and Mahoney, what did you forget?
Why you gotta-
Because it's gonna come up again, that's why. So, and like we're getting ready to shoot, we're all setting up, and Mahoney has forgotten the SD cards. And it's just like, for those that might have been part of X-Strike shoots in the past, this is par for course. It's just we get to the shoot location, it's like, oh crap, we forgot the thing. Can we do without the thing? No, we need the thing. Let's wait for them to go do the thing. But yeah, so Mahoney has to drive back to his house and drive back with the SD cards. And meanwhile, we have the ticking time bomb of 2 children and how long their patience is going to go.
They were actually great.
They were great because I took my Nintendo Switch with Super Mario Odyssey and put it into Luke's hands, and we didn't hear from him again.
Yeah, that was it.
He's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was amusingly because Mahoney Tangent had been up around Christmas time to hang out at my house, and Luke had played Super Mario Odyssey then, so he was literally like continuing his game of Mario Odyssey on my Switch.
He always remembers, we're going to New York, we're going to see that guy who has Super Mario
That
Odyssey.
guy.
Can we go see the guy with Super Mario Odyssey? No, we're not going to go see Tim. Stop.
I'm sure you'll graduate to Uncle Tim or something.
Something eventually. Just the
now
guy
it's
who's
that
Super Mario
guy.
Odyssey. Now he has his own copies.
But yeah, so it's like, and then we shoot this thing, and it's just like, oh god, how do we shoot a scene? How do angles work? How does framing work? Focus? Well, it was also
Bicycle to get back on.
it was and this is where we discover like the rust was discovered.
A lot of rough.
And we're shooting on what you're shooting on your
5D, DSLR.
the
5D Mark
DSLR
II.
camera, which I have never used to shoot something
Yeah.
before.
So we had that, and then we had the separate audio recorder because I was doing the
Separate audio recording. We shoot. So we had like 3 things that we were planning on shooting this day.
We shot 1.5. Or actually, like 2 halves combined to make 1. Or something.
Yeah. And so we got the stuff indoors done, and then we're kind of like, we got to shoot some stuff outdoors before it gets dark out. Problem is the battery had died on the camera. We'd run out of battery.
So found out that 5D will burn the juice, man. And like, it was just dead. The backup one that I had was also dead.
So then we're like, okay, well, we need to film this thing outside, and we need to do it before it's dark out, and we don't have a camera. So that is when the phone came into play.
And in true guerrilla fashion, I figure out like, okay, so where are we going to do this shoot? And I was like, well, there's a road behind the College of Medicine that goes up into the woods.
Yeah.
Let's use that.
I don't remember, because I think you had initially planned we were going to drive somewhere else, and I was just standing in the office staring out the window, and I'm like, can we just go back there?
Yeah.
Can we just go to the back side of campus up in the woods there? So yeah, we're out back, and this is the thing, if you saw, we put it up on the Facebook and the YouTube's back.
No, I'm not on the Wi-Fi. I can't pull it up.
Last summer. It was supposed to go up on 4/20 for the 15th anniversary of X-Strike, and it went up sometime in like, what? What?
Blazing.
Blazing, yes.
Blazing. 20.
So yeah, that was supposed to go up. That was the thing that went up then. That was the bit where we shot outside. And the stuff with Mahoney walking through the woods was shot separately because we were running out of time for that because we're out there shooting. It's cold on my phone. And what's going on, Mahoney?
Okay, well, here's the funny thing. Oh, yeah, what's going on that time? I had to stop and yell to my children. This is what stopped our shooting at the time. Yeah, Brett's laughing because he remembers. I had to yell, no, do not push your brother off the roof of the car. Because they didn't figure out how to open the doors, climb on the doors to the roof of the car, and start kicking each other off.
See, what I like about this is during shoots years and years ago, they used to yell at me. Now they can yell at kids, and I don't get in trouble.
I just want to point out the other half of this walking through the woods in a more true guerrilla fashion. I had to get this done, right? So while we're on work time, and I finished up some of the content work I do for my normal day job, I was like, Joselle, you're gonna help me shoot this thing. She's like, okay. And so we went off into the woods by the fucking College of Medicine, right by the parking lot, and just shot it there real quick, which is why I think in the background I had to like get rid of the Lifeline helicopter noise from the fucking Mercy flight. Yeah. Oh man.
Mercy flight.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Got that shit done. Like, hey, I know we're on company time, but we're gonna go shoot this thing, okay?
But yeah, but yeah, at that point it's just we accepted like, oh, okay, well, we're not getting anything else done today because the kids are done and it's gonna get dark and everyone has to go home tomorrow. So we'll figure something out for shooting the rest of the stuff, which is how he ends up shooting that stuff later, and some stuff just didn't get shot at all.
Yeah.
Yet, but then things were still roughly going according to plan. We're like, okay, 2 months later. The idea is like, okay, we're going to meet up in Harrisburg and shoot, and then 2 months later, we're going to meet up in Western New York and shoot, and that's how we're going to get stuff done. If we shoot.
That's how you pitched it to me.
Yeah.
When Tim sent me a text message saying, hey, I got news. X-Strike Studios is coming back.
It's coming back, baby.
Here's the plan. I'm going to go down to Mahoney's house. A couple months later, he's going to come down up to my house. We're going to repeat this a few times a year. We're going to film content. You in, buddy? I wasn't skeptical.
I mean, it's not on paper. It's like, okay, every 2 months we could figure out a weekend where Mahoney can get away from Harrisburg and I can get away from Buffalo. We could shoot 2 things, and then we got content for every month of the year. Boom.
Yeah.
Works, right? Perfect.
Right.
That was the last shoot of last year is when Mahoney made it in Western New York.
So 2 shoots.
We did 2 shoots.
Yeah, we
last
did.
year.
We did get 2 shoots
But
done.
that second shoot was great.
Yeah, we got actually.
Yeah, well, we finished the stuff we went to film at the first one, and then, then we shot other stuff. You're not going to see it yet, but man, is it funny.
Yeah.
It is so good. I cannot wait for people to see this other thing we shot.
Goes and opens his edit. Hold on. Let me open up Premiere right now and After Effects.
But yeah, but then so it's like, Darren, you couldn't make it up to WNY for that one in particular.
Yeah, and I think along the way, as Dave alluded to, I started thinking, wow, it's a lot of similar problems again. So I mean, from my point of view, I mean, I feel like I never had a proper goodbye, even first time to X-Strike. So it's kind of like this is another chance, not only to be in stuff, but to actually write stuff. Because I feel like I had all these ideas.
He says never had a proper goodbye, as if I didn't get fucking shit-faced on some bottom shelf whiskey at his house before he moved to New York. And Richard Durham and I were up late at night talking to each other in third person, in character, from the movie we just shot. It was the Ned and Ed hour, and we just kept going and going with that. And there was nothing left but peach schnapps in the fucking house by the time we were done. Oh, God.
Let's say we the last thing you did next week was we killed off your character in Resident Horror, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good memory. That's how you get someone out of your company. You kill them on screen. But in the way that I brainstormed ideas, was trying to think of, well, if this is the issues we're encountering, like how do we make things that go around that? How can we make stuff that, or even the ideas I'm coming up with, should they be like these one-off kind of jokes on games, or look what people are watching. They're watching other people watching things. They're
watching other people react to other people watching things.
We're not gonna have a Twitch stream of Mahoney editing. It's like,
Why would you do that?
Is that what? Is
horrible.
That what
Not
you
safe
want?
for children.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, write that down.
Mahoney's drinking and editing. Let's go.
Is there an extra switch?
No, but there should
No, the correct.
I actually
Yeah.
made an X-Strike Twitch account, so technically it
So, yeah,
exists, though it's unused.
Yeah.
He's getting it thrown out.
be. Has anybody played anything? Probably not.
I did like a test stream a long time ago. I played some Rayman Legends.
Well, there you go.
It's a good
Well,
game.
Darren, I got similar to your situation. In the intervening years since X Strike, and we had all had the kids, and my acting career had shifted decidedly away from performing live in front of other people to performing into a microphone, doing voiceover into my home studio alone, all by myself. And so when Tim pitched this idea, obviously there was some skepticism, but what I didn't say to you at the time was, I love working with you guys, and you guys write really funny stuff that I love to perform, and I really want to get in front of a camera again. So yes, absolutely, I'm in. Let's do this.
Key there. Dave's just like, I need to be on camera again. I need my face. People need to see me acting.
Right.
He reaffirmed too that I cannot act.
Act. The only way to cast Mahoney is as himself.
Yep. Just let Mahoney be Mahoney, then it'll be all right.
Which is basically how we cast people anyways.
Yeah.
To fill their archetypes. But yeah, it's like after that shoot, we had stuff that needed to be edited, and that's when life started to catch up in different exciting ways. You worked a lot over the summer.
Yeah.
2 jobs, and then it's like once you hit September,
kids.
then I'm in a maelstrom at working at a school, and then it's like looking at a certain point. I was like, well, I knew Darren was coming up in October, so we'd go see Metallica. And then we were on the other hand, but I knew okay, Darren's coming up here to see Metallica, and then Mahoney, you were going to come up just to hang out and play video games, and those are not the same weekend. I'm just like, I don't think we're going to be able to get together at some point in there, and then once the holidays start to do a shoot. So it's like, okay, well, let's just focus on what we got and get it to MAGFest. Yeah.
And then I sat on it for a while.
In figuring this out, I go back to years and years ago when we were all trying to figure out, well, what do we want the goal of the company to be, and what do we want the company to be? And we all started taking on these roles, and Mahoney, you were taking a step up of okay, I'm going to be a production guy, and I'm going to be the one that holds people accountable for milestones and stuff. And then I wanted to take more of a marketing role, promotions. Well, I was early in my career studying that anyway, so I didn't know what I know now. But it was challenging because this is the same group that what we're doing is we don't want to be in roles, but that's what we do at work. We don't want to come home and get now. Ben has to be business manager and take care of invoices and all that stuff. So again, this time around, it's we need the roles for the organization, but I also go back to I remember even Steph Prater was trying to.
Whoa, Steph Prater.
Well, Steph Prater, family.
And I remember she was going around asking people what do you want out of the company? What do you want it to be? And I was like, well, I would love it to be a full-time job that pays 40-something a year, And she's like, she hated that answer. She's like, you shouldn't even be a company. That's an awful goal. That's terrible. I'm like, no. What I'm saying is I want to do this full-time. I would love for this to support our life. That was when the 3 of them started it. That was it. That was we wanted it to take off. But we had all the challenges of. We even started I started reaching out to sites like Screw Attack. How do we get content out there? It's well, you have to get 10,000 views or something. And we have the most faithful and awesome fans in the world.
Fans.
And they're great, but how do we do the outreach? And we were throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to figure it out. And literally,
Bro, everything.
I still can't figure out.
Darren will throw spaghetti at every problem in his life. It's all he knows to do.
The first thing I tried.
You can't just throw spaghetti at a problem and expect it to go away.
Hey, I got
Everyone knows
pregnant.
Baby's crying.
But
He threw spaghetti at it.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place in the sun.
So I think you take a step back and like, is this a hobby? Is this something we do every couple months? Like, is that fair to tell people we're gonna have, content? And it's
Pokemon
like,
Go in here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I gotta catch a Pokemon.
He's in charge of editing the content.
Yeah, I'm editing right now. I called him.
So I think it's laying out the expectation. I think it's taking all those frustrations, and now we're reshaping it around our new lives and everything. But
It's a loud red
Yeah, it's not much.
that he caught.
Yeah.
but
I need to catch one for
I
a
mean,
What better time?
I hope we can, merge this world of playing Pokemon and taking
Yeah.
care of kids and the company's still not going to be that type of thing. I don't want
Shit.
it to get to that.
No, I just remembered I left my pens and named that tune yesterday.
See, the problems keep coming.
Oh.
And we
I'll just have to use this one.
We have to confront them.
But in some of these videos that we cannot wait to show you because they turned out really good,
Video singular today.
today. But I feel like you guys found really creative writing challenges around some of the obstacles that keep us from being together. You wrote some scenes that you knew could be feel like, well, we can film this remotely. We can film this one person in isolation when we, it was like putting together the Arrested Development, when everyone couldn't be in the same room. We green screen fucking Harry Winkler in. And yeah, but no, that's what gave me a lot of confidence when I read those scripts. And I was like, oh, they were smart about this. This is actually possible. And we did it. We did it, guys. Almost, nearly there. Well, we've almost crossed the finish line.
We almost got it.
It's a partial entry.
And that's the thing, like, I felt guilty in the past too, because I kept pitching or starting all these things.
Oh, I am horribly guilty of that.
And then not finishing, like, the next Challenger, and the Crossing, and like the Yoshimitsu Lizard Man sitcom.
Okay, we got like.
I still,
Oh, yeah, that one.
that's not my fault.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of was, but it's collective. But I still have, I still have pages of ideas of, specifically for that Yoshimitsu Lizard Man.
The most important of things.
So maybe that'll happen. Maybe we'll talk about them later.
Tim's jotting down new ideas right now.
Yeah, no, I am. That's like, well, so that's like one of the things is that I actually have this little journal this year to make sure that I write down things when I think of them and not later when I have forgotten them.
Is it time for me to play the thing?
Yeah, let's okay, so yeah, let me preface. Let's watch a thing. Fuck it.
Okay.
Fuck it. Let's do it. Do it.
I'm super excited to see this.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's right. I showed it to Darren last night. All right, so let me preface this a little bit. So, yeah, our intent was to shoot things and have them released every 2 months. So this video you're about to see was originally supposed to be released last May, a few weeks before E3, just to give it some context. But also, I guess, just one last tangential learning experience here about trying to make topical things. Is that when you make something that's topical and you have your plan, when you're going to release it, and that plan goes awry, like maybe some of the jokes aren't as relevant if you're then releasing it or showing it to people 9 months later. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, but it's just something that I have heard of that is informing creative decisions moving forward.
Yeah.
Let's watch. And this, I guess I'll also say, is still a bit in progress. Like it's still rough.
Tweaking.
Not the final version, and there's a point at which a TV is going to blow up in the future.
Yeah.
But let's watch the friggin' video we made. Let's watch this fucking X-Strike Studios video that we made last year. Let's do it. Shh.
You'll hear it. It's the volume's a little low. I might adjust on the soundboard.
Good morning. Thank you all for meeting on such short notice. Now, as you all know, last year was not a great year for our company. A number of our titles didn't find their audiences. Sales were down. And as it turns out, they don't really like loot boxes.
And we murdered Mass Effect.
That being said, E3's coming up in a few weeks, and we need something that's going to get us on the path to redemption. Now, we rent out that theater inexplicably every year for an hour to talk about FIFA and Madden and all of our other sports stuff, but we need something more.
Something new?
Something exciting.
Yeah, exciting. Yes. All right, what have we got?
I have an idea, actually. I've been thinking about a game based on a popular existing property. It's a deep tactic-style RPG with tons of abilities, character classes, levels. I've sketched out an idea for
Wait. How many people can play this game at one time?
Well, it's just single player, but
No, it's not gonna fly. We can't do it. It is company policy that no one likes single-player games.
I have an idea for a multiplayer game that ties into something that we already know. Sports! Just imagine a deserted island, a plane flies overhead, and 100 John men jump out.
I don't think...
Let him finish.
100 John men parachute out and engage in the ultimate sport, survival of the fittest. Murder the opposition with footballs, travel buses, and oversized turkey legs until you're the only man left standing.
Okay, that actually is where I thought you were going with that. I'm not sure our license extends that far. We'll do that for now. Next.
Well, I've been doing my research to figure out what's big in Nintendo. What are kids into? What's big? So, what if we did a Nintendo Lavo-style STEM toy line? We've got a football, of course. And then we've got a sword. And what about if we put in every single one of our EA products a cardboard with a random prize inside?
No.
After you've constructed the box, you have to purchase an in-game key in order to open it. I mean, think of the monetization.
Stop it.
Wait.
No. We know we want a loot box future, but we just can't right now. Not after what happened last time.
Well, I've been looking through the Steam, and I think I found the perfect direction for our next project. We need to do an 8-bit open-world multiplayer roguelike survival dating sim, Metroidvania, RPG, choose your own adventure, Metroidvania, military, simulation, 16-bit shooter, Metroidvania, fast-paced, slow-paced, old school style, Rogueroidvania.
Boom! Explode.
Well, maybe there is something we own that we haven't completely murdered yet. Like Sim City?
Burnout!
Now we call that Need for Speed now.
Scene 4, 100 skaters grind out of an airplane.
Maybe we can have Bioware single player RPG again. I'll show myself out.
I remember killing the company that made that. Their screams were delicious.
Road Rash?
We own that? Look, I'm money. Yes? There has to be some kind of way we can just, I don't know, throw money on the problem? Is there an existing title we can just buy?
Wait. I think I've got it.
Oh God!
What? Hey,
we did it, folks. We did it. We did
That's it.
It almost,
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
it almost got funnier because the Tetris game actually came out, so people were thinking of Tetris again
Yeah.
in some ways.
When you fuck up for so long, it becomes relevant again.
What?
What's going on the tagline?
What?
It almost got funnier.
X-Ray Studios is back. It almost got funnier.
We're experiencing humor.
Where's that old idea book? We're writing that one down right now in here. I'll just put a pin in that one. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's so with me video conferencing in, that's something I was talking about. Like that's an easy way for me to join you remotely. You'll in our future videos. There's other great ideas like that. So I mean, you guys only have
Great ideas.
You guys got together in the conference room
Yep.
and shot that, and then we got together to shoot the back half of that outdoors 2 months later, and we figured it out, made it work. It's really only it's a 2-scene short. That's it. And we all live in disparate places, and we got together twice, and we shot it and made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you made things blow up digitally.
Yeah. Well, and a side note too, when we got in that conference room, I spent a lot of time like having everybody wait outside, like flip papers over, be like, no HIPAA violations, please. Those all turn over all these papers, close this. Okay, everybody can come in now. You know, so that was always a good one too.
Yeah, I don't know if people got questions. What time is it?
One for the all those fans. Questions.
Yo, what's up?
I got a question. Actually, I remember you from, I think, another convention at,
What?
Anime? It was years ago.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I used to frequent the anime circuit.
Yeah. But, hey, how's it going?
Oh,
Hey.
I'm good.
Glad you guys are back.
Yay, thank you.
One of our fans.
I'm glad that you're glad we're back.
Yeah.
I came really late. I apologize.
No
And
problem.
I told one of my friends that, oh yeah, Extra Studios is coming back. And he's like, oh yeah. I think the guys who did Ruby City Ransom. And he read a note and he goes, click. That's one of my favorite parts. Or a lot of it.
Thank you.
Thing, when I saw the font on that video, I honestly thought you guys were going to go with Urban Strike. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Notebook?
Yeah. Urban Strike.
Strike.
Yeah.
I love Urban Strike and Jungle Strike. They're great.
Yes,
Yeah.
really fun game.
Classics.
Yeah.
Strike series.
Yeah. Desert Strike, Urban Strike, Jungle Strike.
Metroidvania, 16-bit Metroidvania.
With the helicopter.
With a helicopter.
Yeah.
But Bill, I'm glad you guys are back. I can't wait to see what you guys can.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
I don't know if I actually have a question because
No, that's fine. That was a good statement.
Showering us with praise.
Yeah, it's
is
good.
enough.
Yeah, praise is also
The
welcome.
man needed his face
Yes.
on camera. Shower him with
Hang on.
praise.
Actually, I had a question about the claymation you were talking about.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned one was in a fridge, which means were you in one of those New York City apartments that has no AC and turns into a melting sauna of doom?
Well, first of all, no New York City apartment has AC. West Side. Second of all,
New York, I get
you get, yeah. No, well, I put a lot of it in Tupperware to keep it. Is this what you want to know, or you just want to know about my apartment?
I was wondering if you're going to incorporate any of the stop motion into
Oh.
the extra stuff, because if you do that, I was like, that's definitely something you would do remotely.
No, you're right.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
Also, seriously, I'm just imagining it mixed in with the Tetris, and it just makes me laugh.
No, thank you. Yeah, I would love to revisit that. I still.
And you have a kid now to play with clay with.
I'm honestly, when I'm building Play-Doh things for her, I'm kind of like, no, don't touch it. I want to make it but
That's good, sweetie. No, you're gonna ruin it. Just let me. Just let Daddy.
But thank you. I would love to do that stuff and incorporate it somehow. I had another much bigger claymation idea, but Netflix made a big series about it, so they kind of beat me in the punch. But mine would have been a musical, so it may still happen down. But I'll see what I can see what I can do. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh, I can't get the image of 100 John Maddens beating each other to death.
Yeah, right.
Me neither,
You want
man.
that now, right?
Everybody wants to see the 100
It's been a sleepless year.
It's in all my nightmares since I said that.
That's
You might
the
see
goal.
that maybe that's where the claymation will come into play. Right?
John Madden.
See John Madden go, pow! Whoa, 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 whoa.
John Madden's came here to play a game of football.
It's a very pro-Madden crowd. All right. Getting good feedback here.
That's all I care about.
What's that?
The Eagles are in the playoffs.
Is John Madden on the Eagles?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't really do anything anymore. He's just his
He
name's
hasn't
on the
played for the
game.
Eagles since last season.
Welcome to your sports
Essentially, where is his name of the Madden franchise, right?
Yeah, that's about it. I think that's the extent of what he does.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not dead, right?
I don't think so.
Not dead yet.
I don't think so, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So what? Lich King Madden?
Yes. Yeah. Witch King Madden's Claymation Christmas.
No, Lich, not Witch.
Oh, the
A Lich. Lich King Madden.
Is that your John Madden?
No, that's the T-Rex from the Claymation Christmas.
Oh.
I do other voices.
I was just, it was a very David Brenner kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it could have almost decided, what is the deal with all these John Maddens?
Yeah, and thanks for one-upping me with voices.
He is a professional.
Helping you like crystallize it, not like
Yes, I know.
So
zero in on it.
yeah, so after last year, we're like, okay, well, maybe the shooting every 2 months and pumping out 12 videos thing is a lofty goal for when we're just getting this plane off the ground again. So, yeah, but we're getting our plan together.
Yeah.
Right,
We're getting
and, I mean, there were some other, like, green screen type ideas that we pitched too.
and shot.
And shot, right.
Yeah.
So, again, those are things, it's just a ton of
On the
post-work.
hard drive.
Yeah, there's about an hour of Dave screaming in my parents' garage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
and
a
I'm really,
lot of shit on
I'm
this
really
hard drive.
excited when we finally show you that one, but
I wrote music too. I wrote new original music. I wrote some chip tunes for an upcoming video too. It's been a long time since I.
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah,
What's that one? Yeah.
a lot of exciting stuff in the pipeline. Are there other questions that we could try and answer?
We can attempt to. Do you have any difficult problems?
Gregory.
I know Dave has been working on like other creative stuff with voice acting, other acting. But for the rest of the team, I'm curious if you've been creating that creative output. Has there been anything you guys had to talk that you were funneling into?
Yeah.
So was other
Well,
ideas that were trying?
I guess
What are your other
in the
creative
meantime, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Obviously, we wanted to do more. Here we are. But
Our
and it
Fat
what
Gatsby production has been sporadic as well.
we started Fat Gatsby, which is a podcast website, which was me, you, we, Spen. And the idea was to have like a podcast up every week, and that worked for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, we still get stuff up there every now and then. Kind of tangential to that, me and Mahoney we have our Overwatch YouTube channel, which we haven't put up a video in a while.
Yeah.
And our Overwatch podcast, which we haven't recorded one in a while. We have, however,
You can find them as Badger and Bull.
Yeah.
Yes.
Badger Bowl. We have, however, played a lot of Overwatch in the meantime.
We've been grinding that.
That has not changed. Who wants to talk about some fucking Overwatch with us? We need to do that panel again.
I
That
know,
was a lot
actually,
of fun.
the nutrition one
All
last
right,
night.
we got like 10 minutes.
So
Let's
the other
talk
thing I want to talk
Overwatch.
about, the other thing for creative stuff too, just really quick, is finding out for myself that for my, it's a combination of wanting to do stuff that's creative, but figuring out where your talents lie and what your strengths actually are. So what I found out for my actual strengths going forward for this was that I needed to not be involved or release whatever, but like just, let everybody else do the writing kind of stuff and just focus in on what I can do. So I can try to do and get better at and learn a lot more and do a lot more research about editing or things for other projects that we want to do that involves like coding and actual like code work and things like that. So for me, that's the part of creative gets technical, but it's also realizing that it's where my strengths lie and that I actually get enjoyment out of problem-solving ways through getting to that creative endeavor and getting to that creative end. So even though it's not as creative as doing like the writing stuff and all this other stuff, and I'm a shit actor anyway, clearly, because I was fucking staring at Tim for if you ever look at me in the lower corner, I'm just like staring at Tim.
What was happening there? And let me tell you, is that he had he had my iPad in front of him and was taking goofy pictures of himself.
Yeah, I was.
And I looked across as the shot was starting and was like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Nothing." And is staring at me as Darren walks to the door. So on said iPad later, there's a bunch of pictures of him going like. And like that's why that shot's like that. But we have funny pictures.
Yeah.
Great.
So we got that out of it.
I will say also creatively speaking, in the last year I've been doing reviews on the regular for the SML podcast, which is fun. Growing up reading EGM and the like, it's like, man, I wish I could be on the review crew. But it's nice to get games and work on my critical skills and stuff like that. And that is a really fun outlet. Mm-hmm. What do you do? Ever?
Creatively?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem. I haven't had the I've pursued different improv troops and avenues in New York. But other than that, this is the kind of stuff. Like I said, Brett and I tried doing some stuff out there, but the resources and time and our schedules are completely opposite. So we can never line up to do stuff out there. But now and then I go through my emails, and I was even looking at some of them now, finding those old ideas I used to just randomly email these guys, in the middle of the day or something. So I constantly revisit those, and I try and keep them in the forefront of my mind, but never got them down on paper.
I also I used to do capoeira for a solid decade, but I just because of the schedule with the child, I have not been able to get back, which has been soul crushing a little bit, which I'm constantly trying to get back to that. It's difficult with the child. The boy, he is not ready. He's not ready to learn yet, but he's close. He does handstands. He watches TV upside down sometimes. Like he will do a handstand or a headstand on the couch. Too old.
And you can find my voiceover and on-camera work at my YouTube page. Google David Ottavino on YouTube. Search David Ottavino on YouTube, and you'll find David Ottavino. David Ottavino. That's David Ottavino. You can see what I've been working on. You can see my the stuff that I've shot this year and some of the things I've recorded this year. That's me, David Ottavino.
Yeah, I guess goals moving forward 2019 is I want to keep things updated more often so people aren't constantly wondering, like, you guys said you were going to do videos. What happened to that? Which is totally fair to say after we've said such thing as there's videos coming. Just to update, like, even if just like kind of what we're doing with our behind the scenes process. Also, but simultaneously trying not to announce things too far in advance, which was a constant X Strike Studios bad idea. And then waiting for it to happen.
So we can get pre-orders for the movies, so we can pay for the movies.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone wants to buy movies, the X Strike Studios store is still open, selling movies for a low price of $5. Put in the orders and I will get DVDs out of my basement.
Don't listen to him.
Hey, sit down.
At this point, I'm willing to sell a box of the same fucking DVD for $10.
The opinions and statements of Ben Lake do not represent those of X Strike Studios. No, you can still buy movies. I keep thinking of doing like another short run of River City Rumble because people are always asking for that. We actually ran out of off-campus DVDs, so that's of course available on the web. But if people want all the wonderful special features that come along with that, I've been meaning to print some more of those out. I have Ben's DVDs at my house still. They're safe. I'm just saying. Because you were wondering. Yeah, they're yours. Remember you let me borrow them so I could rip them?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you. Oh, forget what I just said. Never mind. I don't know. They're my DVDs. I'm sorry. I sent you an extra copy. I just screwed up.
That was about lightening the load in the basement.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
Factory sealed. Yeah, give it to a friend or just do whatever. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Follow and like us on the social media, the X Strike Studios Facebook and Twitter. You know, subscribe to the YouTube, and hopefully we'll at least get like some behind the scenes, maybe some other dumb little small project videos up as we're going through the process of continuing to get our shit together.
Because we're excited. We're excited
Yes.
about that. That's why we announce things maybe to because we are excited. This has been really fun for us. We really can't wait to show you guys the rest. So please do continue to follow X Strike on all those sites, and because there's just great stuff to come.
Yay! Thank you for coming.